All right, yo, Edgeworth! Episode 4, Turnabout Beginnings. I was wondering if Edgeworth was going to be in this game or not. All right, well, recipe for Turnabout, pretty good. I enjoyed that case. It was annoying that they added in that thing that I hate from Justice for All, where it's like, hey, if you press L1, then you just lose points for pressing L1, which I think is stupid. But, regardless of that, I still quite enjoyed it overall. It was pretty easy that final trial day, but it was still really fun. So, overall, good stuff. I hated the French dude, though. Hated the French dude. Hated having to read his dialogue. But, episode 3, pretty good. Let's get into episode 4. And there is a 5th episode. I remember seeing some stuff online about people saying that there's a 3-5. So, I don't know if that's also a DLC one, or if it is like how it was in the first game, where it was like added on later with a re-release, or if it's actually part of the original game. But we do have at least 2 more episodes. So let's get into Turnabout Beginnings. Save the game before we get in there. The girl. Let her go. Hey, let her go. Shut up! Come closer, and I kill her. Sorry, but you're not going to get the chance. Sorry, something in my throat. Bang. Oh, well, someone's dead. What the heck is happening here? I'm reading through the file of an old court case. Am I in a hospital? It was the first case of my longtime mentor, Mia Fey. Are we doing another Mia case? Fugitive data. Name, Terry Falls. Oh, I know Terry. Charge, kidnapping, murder, sentence, death penalty. Ooh. Fugitive movements. After escaping, Falls met with and then murdered Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne. This is another name I know. Recaptured on Eagle Mountain about 8 hours after his escape. Her very first client was a death row inmate who had recently broken out of prison. That was a whole year before Mia and I ever met. "3-5 is from the original, and it's your favorite Turnabout? Okay, cool. 6 years earlier, Mia Fey, first trial. Oh, so this is Mia's first trial. Is she going against Edgeworth for this? Okay, full disclosure, because I've mentioned before, we are doing Dahlia for Anime Villainous, the fan board game project that I work on. And I have played some of the Dahlia. I've played the Dahlia villain that we're creating, so I don't have any explicit spoilers, but I do have some spoilers. I know that, like, I know the name Terry, I know the name Valerie, and I'm pretty sure that, one or both of them, like, they're related to Dahlia in some way. They, like, I don't know if they, like, work for her or, like, do something for her or what, but I know that they're related in some fashion. I recognize the names, but I'm very interested to see what it actually means, because I don't really know much from just playing the Anime Villainous villain we're creating, me and my friends, but I just know the names mainly. Oh, I'm so nervous, I feel like I'm gonna die. Relatable. Never should have accepted this case. Yeah! Ah! Good morning. Don't be so jumpy, Mia. I didn't do nothing, I swear. I didn't kill nobody. Terry Falls, my first client. Sentenced to death 5 years ago, and now a prison escapee. Just relax, Mia. Make small talk and try to relax him. So why'd you escape anyway? He's eating the ball and chain. Why does he still have the ball and chain? I'm sorry. No, I didn't do nothing. I didn't kill nobody. I never lie. I didn't escape from nowhere. But Mr. Falls, the police just recaptured you 2 days ago. Sorry. I told a little lie. Oh boy. But anyway, I didn't do it. I never killed nobody. Sorry for asking, but you're on death row, right? Ooga. What on earth is happening? God, I'm really sorry. I can't imagine Mia, like, going eek. They sentenced me to die 5 years ago, but I was tricked, I tell ya. That woman, she lied in her testimony. That's why I got the death penalty. Oh, is the woman Dahlia? Is that how you're connected to Dahlia? Dahlia, like, used you as a fall person or something? Is that what this is? I swear it, I didn't kill her. I could never do that. 2 days ago, he escaped from the police wagon when it crashed. Then about 8 hours later, a policewoman was murdered before the police could recapture him. The police believe that Terry Falls did it. After you escaped, did you meet a policewoman? Yeah, I did. She's the reason I escaped. So that much is true. He did meet with the victim. Oh, wait. What's her face is dead? Valerie is the victim in this case? Okay, I did not know that. But I didn't kill her. She was alive when I left. She was alive. It's true. I can trust him, right? I mean, I should. Ha! Okay, this is, I know this guy, too. I've seen his face in the Dahlia build. This dude's name is Diego. You're not gonna figure out the truth by just staring at the guy? Why are you here? I came to see how our little kitten was doing all alone in the big, scary lion's den. I thought maybe you'd like someone to play with. Okay, you're Godot. That's literally the same grin and facial hair and hair that Godot has. You're Godot? Is this what's gonna, like, connect? Because, like, Phoenix has been saying the whole game, like, why does Godot have a grudge against me or whatever? Is it because... I'm pretty sure this dude's name is Diego. He's obviously Godot. Is it because past Godot was related to Mia in some fashion? I thought maybe you'd like someone to play with. Where's Mr. Grossberg? Ha! That old man is probably still in bed. I bet he's clutching an empty bottle and mumbling in his sleep. Aren't I good enough? After all, it's me, Diego Armando. Alright, I didn't know his last name was Armando, but I knew his name was Diego. You don't happen to, like, drink coffee, do you? I didn't say. So Diego Armando, the finest attorney at Grossberg Law Offices, is here for me. Oh, so you also work under Grossberg. Thank goodness. I would rather it be anyone other than Grossberg with me for this case. So... No. You got it all wrong. Today, you're the finest. Mia is the finest. He's kind of right for that. After all, it took an amazing amount of guts to take this case. Imagine, dragons, an escaped death row convict for a first client. Yeah, thanks. Okay, someone is putting spoilers in the YouTube chat. Don't do that. No spoilers. Gonna need to hit a, timeout right here. 5-minute timeout. No posting, spoilers or anything in chat, please. This is a blind playthrough. Yeah, thanks. Sure wish I could get out of it, though. Ha! Relax, I just heard some good news. Prosecutor for today is fresh out of his diapers as well. It's what's his face. Oh, Wolfen, you're in the YouTube chat. I should give you mod powers. Can I give you mod powers? Add as moderator. There we go. Here you go. There you go. All right, so someone in chat put that, like, Diego and Mia were going to get married, apparently. They must have been engaged at some point. I'm sure the game will tell us later, so... Been spoiled on that, unfortunately, but I don't think that's too huge of a spoiler. But, don't spoil, chat. It's not cool. It's cringe. It's cringe to spoil. It's not fun. Is he talking about Edgeworth, by the way? Really? However, unlike a certain somebody who I won't mention, he's earned the reputation as a genius since beginning his law career. Genius? Well, it's about time to head in, kitten. Sharpen those claws of yours. It's go time. Godot looks way better with the visor, by the way. A solitary confinement cell for the condemned must be the world's loneliest place. What is with this guy's face? And that's what my client ran away from. Every other lawyer gave up on him, but not me. When I saw those overflowing eyes and heard that simple childlike voice, I just had the feeling that he was telling the truth. February 16th, 10 a.m. All right, Edgeworth, let's go! Court is now in... I forgot about this, dude! Court is now in session for the trial of Terry Falls. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Best girl! Oh my goodness, Edgeworth really does look younger with this sprite. Oh my word. You can see it in his face. Prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. I understand the lawyers for both sides are newcomers. Yes, Your Honor. I'm Mia Fey. Miles Edgeworth, Your Honor. I was wondering if Edgeworth was going to show up in this game. So you're the new prosecutor everyone's talking about, eh? It's Canadian. They say you joined the prosecutor's office at quite an early age. At 20, Your Honor. Guess our, oh yeah, he's got the, as if there was ever any doubt that this is Godot. He's even holding the coffee mug. I guess our little kitten hasn't earned herself much of a reputation yet, huh? Come on, Mia, you can't lose, not to someone younger than you. Huh. Young people running a trial, I'm not too sure how I feel about that. Now then, the defendant in this case is currently a felon on death row. Oh, so are we not gonna have any investigation portions for this game? Is it just gonna be trial? I guess we'll see. 2 days ago, he escaped from a police wagon, is that correct? Precisely. But the defendant is not on trial for escaping prison. On the day that the defendant escaped, a policewoman was murdered. So we're here to determine if Mr. Falls was responsible for her death? You got it, kitten. Okay, stop calling her kitten, please. Well then, Mr. Edgeworth, let's hear your opening statement. Yes, Your Honor, it was 5 years ago. Chat, you're right, Edgeworth, with this pose and all, he does look a lot more like Von Karma. The defendant, Terry Falls, was sentenced to death in this very court. His crimes were kidnapping, extortion, and murder. The girl he threw off the bridge was only 14 years old. A truly horrible crime, I remember it well. There was no decisive evidence, so the trial was long and protracted. Correct, but in the end, what finally decided the case was a certain witness's testimony. Was it Dahlia? Was it Dahlia's testimony? A witness's testimony. The testimony of Detective Valerie Hawthorne, the person who confronted this criminal. Oh no, it wasn't Dahlia, it was Valerie's testimony. Okay. She arrested Mr. Falls at the scene and later testified against him. She said she witnessed Mr. Falls throw his young victim into the river. Okay. For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that fall in are never recovered. So Miss Hawthorne's testimony was the one that put him away. That police woman you just mentioned, that wouldn't be. Exactly. The victim. The same woman that was killed 2 days ago. Police Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne. Aha, I see. The man who was sentenced to death based on her testimony escaped 2 days ago, with only one thing on his mind, to take revenge against the woman who convicted him. Aha! The truth is becoming clear to me now. Huh? Yes, yes. It's quite obvious the defendant is guilty. Dude, I hate Mia's objection voice. I feel like there could have been a better voice for her. Wait a minute, that's not right. At least hear the case before you decide on the outcome, Your Honor. Nah. Watch yourself, Miss Fey. I'm not sure I care for your word choice or your tone of voice. Oh no, not the finger wag. Young people these days simply don't know how to respect their elders. Why you? You're even younger than me, you hypocrite. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, please call your first witness. I call the detective who was in charge of the initial investigation of the case. Gumshoe! Okay, Gumshoe does not look right without the green jacket. He does not look right without the green. The green is too iconic. Witness, state your name and occupation. Gumshoe, Dick Gumshoe. I'm the homicide detective in charge of the case, sir. Finally got promoted to the detective division half a year ago. Let's go, Gumshoe! I don't believe anyone asked you about that. Hey, ma'am, you got any idea how much work it takes? What is it? You're really gorgeous. Gumshoe! He recognizes. Excuse me? No, seriously, my heart is aching for you, Gumshoe. New OTP unlocked. Detective, pull yourself together and try to be professional. Otherwise, I'll write you up on contempt so quick that something other than your heart will ache. Okay, I got it. Now, detective, tell us about the incident. Yes, sir, right away. The victim was Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, a veteran on the police force. She was stabbed in the back with a knife and died from excessive blood loss. She was stabbed? How much is already stated in the autopsy report? The court would like to hear more details about the incident itself. Let me look at the court record before we go. Stabbed with a knife in the back, died from blood loss between 4 and 5 p.m. All right. Proof of my profession, it's brand new and sparkles in the light. My client, sentenced to death 5 years ago, escaped from custody 2 days ago. Police officer and the victim, the key witness in the case against Falls 5 years ago. Hotshot lawyer, my senior and rival at the office, a bit smug. Dubbed a genius as soon as he started as a prosecutor, today is his court debut. Homicide detective in charge of the initial investigation, still new to his position. Wait, does this mean that I'm gonna lose this case? Didn't Miles have a perfect record before I went up against him in the first game? Or was that just Von Karma? I don't remember. Yes, sir, I gotcha. Okay, let's take a look at this aerial map of the area here. All right, yeah, they're giving me all the evidence that I need. Oh my goodness, this is a complicated-looking map. This is a sketch of Dusky Bridge, an old suspension bridge. What a great name. And the river that runs under there is Eagle River. The victim and the defendant met here on top of the bridge. After stabbing her in the back, the killer carried the victim back to his car. He was recaptured at a police checkpoint as he was trying to make his getaway, sir. I see. All right, bridge located 40 feet above Eagle River, all right. Was the victim's blood found on the bridge? The victim, Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, was wearing a thick coat, sir. Unfortunately, no traces of blood were found on the bridge. Mr. Edgeworth, I warn you that I absolutely despise conjecture. If there was no blood on the bridge, then you have no proof that they even met there. Your Honor. Edgeworth's, like, hairish a little bit shorter here, too, isn't it? They did really good at making him look, like, significantly younger in this setup. If you would listen to the testimony we have prepared, I'm sure you'll be convinced. The two of them most certainly did meet on the bridge that day. This face makes this dude look so stupid. Why, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm not sure I like you wagging your finger at me as though I were some hoser. Hoser? Is this dude Canadian in the Japanese version too, chat? Detective, proceed with your testimony. Yes, sir. Here we go, Mia. Hang on. Okay, now, listen carefully, kitten. One little mistake and this guy will drink you for morning tea. Trust me and get ready. On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant and asked to meet. Sergeant Hawthorne went to Dusky Bridge at the designated time and met with Mr. Falls. And that's where she was brutally murdered, sir. The criminal stuffed her body into his car trunk and tried to make a getaway. Mr. Falls was arrested at a police checkpoint we set up at the base of the mountain. Well, you certainly have established the importance of the bridge. Naturally. Now, would the defense please hurry up and proceed with the cross-examination? Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examination coming right up. Hey, settle down there, kitten. If you keep trembling like that, you're gonna make me spill my coffee. I'm not trembling. It's just cold in here. Courtroom can be a cold battlefield, all right, especially for a beginner. I don't need you to worry about me. I mean the defendant, the witness, everyone's a beginner in here. Ha! You got me there. So, wait a minute, this case takes place, they said that this is, Mia's first case, right? So this takes place before 3-1? This is before we did the other case that involved Phoenix? But maybe you should keep your claws out and show him what you got, kitten. It's okay, Mia, stay calm. Just remember those court procedure videos you stayed up all last night watching? Summary of the incident. Dude, I love Gumshoe so much. He is the best character.
Hold it!
Hold it! This unknown person, you have no idea who it might be, right? Sorry, but I'm afraid I do. What? The one who called Sergeant Hawthorne was the defendant, Terry Falls. What? The defendant called her? Sergeant Hawthorne was a very thorough person, sir. She left a note about her phone call with Mr. Falls. A note? Yeah, a top secret memo that she left in her desk. Confidential police materials written by the victim. I need to read that. According to this note, it seems the one who called her to the bridge was indeed the defendant, Terry Falls. Whose bright idea was it to keep that note from me? Ha! Looks like the judge is even more sure of his verdict now. Listen up, never ask a question if you don't already know the answer. It's that detective's fault. He's the one that said unknown person. Hey now, don't make that face at me. I just said it that way because the prosecutor told me to. Was that a trap? With that cute face, I didn't expect him to be so sneaky. Hold up. I want to read this. February 14th, 1:21 p.m. Falls, 4:30 p.m. at that bridge. Wear white scarf for identification. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out. Oh, well. Dahlia's already been mentioned, eh? So, I think that probably Falls and Valerie are, like, both gonna be innocent somehow, and Dahlia, like, tricked them, or, like, set them up or something. Sergeant Hawthorne went to Dusky Bridge at the designated time and met with Mr. Falls. A bridge up in the mountains, but why meet there? Because it's a very important place to the defendant, that's why. What do you mean by that? If you remember, 5 years ago, the defendant kidnapped a young girl. He was chased onto a bridge, and it was there that he killed his hostage. And the place where all of this occurred is, of course, Dusky Bridge. The very place where Sergeant Hawthorne arrested and handcuffed Mr. Falls. Ha! Returning to the scene of the crime. How nostalgic. That's where she was brutally murdered, sir. Was the body of the victim discovered right away? Yeah, we were really on the ball. We found the criminal within 1 hour of the murder. It was great. We even got to say, don't move. We got you surrounded. Come shoot. Wait a second. Is there something weird about that? The location was a suspension bridge up in the mountains. So how'd they find out about the crime so quickly? Sergeant Hawthorne must have mentioned the phone call to someone else, right? Ha! If that's what had happened, then she wouldn't have been killed. She never mentioned the phone call from Mr. Falls, but she left a note on her desk about it. If only I had noticed it earlier, maybe she'd still be alive. I wonder why she didn't mention the phone call to anyone. Because Dahlia was setting her up! Mr. Falls had a car, then? Well, that bridge is way up in the mountains, ma'am. The defendant and the victim both went up there by car. I mean, how else, right? What? You mean the defendant drove his own car? No, of course not. It was stolen. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light. Car thieves. I'm not sure how I feel about car thieves. What do you mean you're not sure? Is this guy sure about how he feels about anything? This is a photo of the stolen car's trunk. Okay, more important stuff. Well, yeah, this is definitely Valerie. Naturally, that's the body of Valerie Hawthorne in there. Whoa, that doesn't look too comfortable. Bum, bum, bum. The victim, she was stabbed in the back, correct? Yeah. Ha! For some reason, men always seem to get stabbed in the back. We're talking about a woman here. Can't tell from this photo, but the knife was stuck in her back nice and firm. The condition of the body when it was discovered is very important information. Detective, was there anything strange or noteworthy in the trunk of the car? Here's a photo of the trunk, but I don't see anything strange, do you? Anyway. So wait, push him on this. What did the defendant have to say about this photo? What he always says, ma'am. I didn't do it, I didn't do nothing. That's all he says. Nothing. I wouldn't say he did nothing. At the very least, we know he stole a car. It's just that's what he always says, Your Honor. And then he always says, sorry, I told a little lie. Or something like that. Well, in any case, it seems he was caught and arrested. Precisely. Alright. That certainly is some impressive police work. Well, no, actually, it was way too close for comfort. We set up that checkpoint just after 5 p.m. We figured that Mr. Falls might just try to run. What do you mean it was too close for comfort? The two of them arranged to meet at 4:30 p.m., and it takes approximately 30 minutes to go from the bridge to the checkpoint. That was kind of close. Any later, and Mr. Falls could have slipped right by. Listen up, kitten. There's a big trap waiting for you in that testimony. A trap? Walk into it carelessly, and it'll leave more than just a flesh wound. Fun, huh? No, it's not! Well, if you want to have any chance at all, you'd better get some more info. And if you're gonna get caught in a trap, it's best to get caught early. You can always look for contradictions afterward. The ever-famous contradictions. Sure hope I can find some of those. Okay, so I have to present evidence here. What do I even have? Isn't Dahlia's last name also Hawthorne? Are Dahlia and Valerie related? I guess we'll find out. Still new to his position. Dubbed a genius. Today's court debut. Senior rival of the office. Police officer and the victim. Key witness in the case against Falls 5 years ago. My client, sentenced to death 5 years ago, escaped from custody 2 days ago. Okay. Wait, what's my normal evidence? Stabbed with a knife in the back. Died from blood loss between 4 and 5. Bridge located 40 feet above Eagle River. Confidential police materials written by the victim. 4:30 at that bridge. Wear white scarf for identification. Is she wearing a white scarf in the picture that you showed here? I don't see no white scarf. I'm definitely gonna save first, though. I'm a genius. There wasn't much evidence to look at, to be fair. I didn't have to think too hard. Witness! What is it? Do you have something to say, Miss Fey? I'm sorry, I totally forgot what I was gonna say. Mia, no! This is the first time I've ever had to actually address someone like that. Ugh, you should have practiced before coming to court. Honestly, Miss Fey, I'm not sure I like this. Ha! Say there, little kitten, want a piece of my coffee? Candy? Candy? Well, you're still too young to be drinking real coffee. She's 20. Or, no, she's older than 20. Come on, Mia, shake it off. You're a lawyer. Edgeworth is 20, and she says that she's older than that. Mia's like 22 or something in this. Detective? Yes, ma'am. This photo, you said there was nothing peculiar about it. Is that correct? Yeah, that's what I said. Well, then, I suggest you take another look at the note written by the victim. The note? It very clearly says wear white scarf for identification. The caller must have forgotten what the victim looked like, thus this special request. I have one very simple question for you, detective. Where's the white scarf? Can't seem to find it in this photo. Well, to be honest, we didn't find it in the trunk, ma'am. And you stopped there? You should have looked for it. No! Gumshoe, no! The caller told her to wear it to identify herself, so I'd expect she did just that. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do you have to say about this? I see the defense is a little lacking. The scarf you're searching so desperately for, is it this one perchance? Where'd you find that, sir? On Dusky Bridge. I was there first, and I decided to conduct my own investigation. Why? Why didn't you tell me? I made a decision to keep all pieces of evidence in my personal satchel. It's the safest place I know. Ha! That hotshot sure has a flair for the dramatic. It's not exactly white as the caller requested, but as you can see, it's close enough for what it was intended for. Looks like it spent some time in the mud. Not surprising, it was drizzling on the mountain that day. Prosecutor Edgeworth, he was intentionally hiding the scarf the whole time. What an Edgeworth original. Do you think he's gonna hit us with the updated autopsy report on this one? The court will accept the scarf into evidence. Scarf added. Worn by the victim at the time of the incident, found on Dusky Bridge. Okay. Now, if the attorney for the defense has finished embarrassing herself, I'd like to move on with the testimony. That is all right with you, isn't it, Miss Fey? Boy, would I like to wrap this scarf around his smarmy little neck. Dude, I love Mia so much. Mia is my favorite character in this franchise. Well, Gumshoe is my favorite character. She's a really good second place. If she was in the game more, she'd be my favorite, probably. But because Mia isn't in the game quite enough, I think Gumshoe is my number one. Well, I don't know. They're definitely my first and second favorite. I guess it depends on the moment if I like one more than the other. Very good. Now, if we're done with this mud-covered scarf business, prosecution moves to establish conclusively and with hard evidence that Miss Hawthorne and Mr. Falls did indeed meet on the bridge that day. Further, we will show exactly what occurred there. That sounds quite promising. I can't wait to hear all about it. Everything is moving at his whim. Don't forget, kitten, there's a reason why everyone considers this kid a genius. A genius, huh? Events on Dusky Bridge. Need a drink of water first. It's better. Actually, there was an eyewitness who was there when the incident took place. This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. It shows the Vic wearing the scarf, sir. It was drizzling that day, unfortunately. It's a little hard to see what's going on. Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back, but they're facing each other. That must have been when the scarf fell off. Also, who is this other witness? Is it Dahlia? Looking at this photo, you really get the sense that this bridge is very high up. It's about a 40-foot drop from the bridge to the Eagle River down below. Mr. Edgeworth, who took this photo anyway? Let's just say that it was a well-intentioned third party. Okay, well, obviously, like, that shouldn't fly. You should have to identify them. But also, it's gotta be Dahlia. Aha, potential witness. So why isn't this person in the courtroom? Well, they said they absolutely did not want to testify. Yeah, it's Dahlia. Person in question is very delicate, Your Honor. Okay, yet again, proving that it's Dahlia. Besides, as long as we have this photo, we see no reason to compel them to testify. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Seems to have been taken by the witness. So as you can see, Terry Falls had both the motive and the opportunity. I think it's quite clear at this point what happened on that bridge. Aha, the truth is becoming clear to me now. Huh? Yes, it's quite obvious. He's clearly guilty. Not again, that's not fair. I haven't even done my cross-examination yet. What do you mean, Alright, Gumshoe, let's do this. Best girl questioning best boy. Hold it! Who's this eyewitness? She's a college student. It's Dahlia, a female college student. That's right, meaning she's female and a college student, ma'am. She doesn't do well in front of other people, so I came to testify for her. Maybe so, but as the attorney for the defense, I have the right to cross-examine her. For the time being, we're not relying on the witness's statements, that is all. What is that supposed to mean? The prosecution has other, more decisive evidence. Our case doesn't rest on the vague testimony of a female college student. Female college student now? It means she's female and a college student, sir. It's a gumshoe. If you absolutely must hear her testimony, you'll have to give us a good reason why. Grr. Please tell us about the more decisive evidence in question. This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. It shows the Vic wearing the scarf, sir. Hold it! The victim is wearing a scarf in that photo, all right. So about the witness who took this photo. What was this person doing all the way in the mountains? She was taking photos of wildflowers, apparently. There are many unusual types of flora on that mountain, Miss Fey. People in the area say it's because of the spirits that live there. Spirits? Now that you mention it, this photo, this cloudy fog-like thing, is it a ghost? I don't believe it. No, Your Honor, no, I don't think it's a ghost. But it might be female and a college student. It was drizzling that day. Drizzling, huh? That's right, there was a light rain coming down. The whole place was dreary. But not as dreary as the mood that's in this courtroom right now. Haha. Good one-liner, Gumshoe. Looks like a cold front just moved in. In any case. Point is that the area was quite damp. There was even some fog. I even slipped and fell while I was on the bridge. It was really something. Criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Do I have the photo? Okay, yeah. So how did he push her down from behind? That doesn't make any sense. But let's present more first. Is that part of the witness's testimony as well? Of course it is. He pushed the victim hard in the back and she fell down right on her stomach. I remember that happening once myself. It was really brutal. Are you talking about seeing someone get pushed, or were you the one getting pushed? What does it mean that you pushed someone down like that once? With his mind-boggling tales and the way he said brutal, I wonder if he's Canadian. Ha! Save your nasty look for the right person. Take a look. Poor baby, the court record seems to have wet itself. Shut up. Watch where you spill your coffee. Court record, huh? Okay, yeah, this is obviously where I'm supposed to present evidence. Let's do this first. So in other words, there was a struggle between the criminal and the victim, huh? That's what the witness said. Well, it looks like she didn't remember about the scarf. But from what she said, it sounded like a pretty violent fight, ma'am. The area was wet from rain. The bridge was probably wet too, which would explain why the scarf was all covered in mud. But there's something about this testimony that's still bothering me. Talk about a surprise. I had no idea there was a photo. So what do? You really still believe him? Mr. Crybaby, I mean? Of course I do. Ha! Some little kitten believes in fairy tales, huh? In that case, the answer is obvious. If what you believe is the truth, then that means that somewhere hidden in that testimony is a contradiction. One huge contradiction waiting to be discovered. That's your chance. Shove the victim down from behind. Doesn't add up.
Objection!
Objection! The music didn't stop? Really? This evidence establishes that the victim is lying, right? Don't ask me to confirm your facts. Sorry, it's my first time handling a case. Let's make it a memorable occasion worth a penalty. What? I'm shocked! Like, actually shocked. Yeah, there she is wearing the scarf, but like, how is this? Huh. Wow, I'm like actually stumped. I was so sure that that was it. Run me through this again. Part of the witness's testimony. Of course it is. He pushed the victim down hard in the back and she fell right on her stomach. I remember that happening once myself. It was brutal. Yada yada Canadian. Save your nasty look for the right person. Take a look. Poor baby. The court record seems to have wet itself. Watch where you spill your coffee. Court record, huh? How is it? What else can I present here? Talk to Dahlia, tell her this time the whole truth must come out. Asterisk. Am I supposed to present this? I better save. Am I supposed to present the scarf for some reason? I have no idea. Maybe this isn't what I'm supposed to catch him on a contradiction for? I am stumped. Like, legitimately stumped. I have no idea. A bit smug. What is with that facial expression? I don't want to be stuck here forever. Chat, what am, like, give me a hint. What am I missing here? Because I have no idea. And I really want to finish this game before July. Take a drink of water. While I wait for chat to give me a clue. Why does she have a hat in one photo but not the other? I guess her hat must have fallen off when she was pushed down. Is that the contradiction? Am I supposed to, like, present this photo to this one? That seems really random. Did I save the game? May as well save the game and try. Objection! Music didn't stop. Nope. I don't think anything about it either. We don't have a problem, but we do have a penalty. Load. Alright, no one in chat is being helpful. And I don't know the answer, bro. I can't believe that it's not just, like, hey, they're face to face. I genuinely think you were right and somehow presented on the wrong thing. I presented on this, didn't I? Am I supposed to present... Shove the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. This shows them facing each other. This is what I presented, isn't it? Your Honor, what do you think? Yeah, see? Load. It's drizzling, it's a little hard to see what's going on. I don't think that contradicts anything. That must have been when the scarf fell off. Am I supposed to present it here? That doesn't make any sense. I need to understand the question. The question is find a contradiction in this. An idea there was a photo, do a crybaby, of course I do, yada yada. And the answer is obvious, what you believe is the truth, etc. Bro, I'm actually gonna look it up because I have no idea and I really wanna, like, make progress today. what is this? Is this 3-4? This is 3-4. Ace, Attorney, 3-4, Guide. Alright, let me see here. Oh, well, there are 2 trial days to this. I accidentally spoiled myself a little bit. There's gonna be another trial section. Didn't mean to get a spoiler there, but gotta do something to be able to move on. Alright, let me see here. This is what we did at the very start. Photo of the trunk. Present crime photo to the statement, anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Is that not what I just did? Oh, crime photo. This one? Why? But how is this one the one that contradicts it and not this one? Or, wait, why does this one contradict it and not this one?
Objection!
Objection? At the time of the crime, there was a light drizzle coming down, correct? Yeah, and fog too, just a generally soggy atmosphere. Does it not show rain? Evidence that doesn't go with the soggy atmosphere? What? Because there's not rain in this picture. Huh. Alright, fair enough. I mean, like, I don't think that that's a bad reasoning. I just think that the whole how did he stab her in the back when they were facing each other thing is a way more important contradiction, personally. I have evidence that doesn't go with the soggy atmosphere, but this is a photo of the victim's body that was found in the car trunk. Considering the conditions at the scene of the crime, something isn't right. Well, by all means, please enlighten us as to what isn't right. What is it about this photo in the trunk that doesn't fit the conditions? Like the entire photo, that it's not raining? Is it that she's not wet?
Take that!
Take that! Dude, I hate Mia's voice in this game. Naturally, the answer is right here. The victim's coat. As far as I can see, there's nothing strange about it. That's exactly what's strange. Recall the testimony. What were the conditions on the bridge that day? It was drizzling and foggy. Dusky bridge was all wet. If the victim really had fallen down on her stomach on top of the bridge, then the front of her coat should have been covered in mud. Yeah, that's exactly right. The other day I fell on a muddy street and my gorgeous playoff beard was befouled. I do admit that the crime scene was quite wet that day. However, that doesn't mean that the top of the bridge itself was muddy. If Your Honor had fallen in the shower instead of on a muddy street, your glorious hockey beard, pride of the legal league, would be wet but not muddy. Shut up. Fortunately, I have yet to test that. Still, your point is well taken. Can you prove that the surface of the bridge was muddy that day? The scarf, idiot. The surface of the bridge, huh? Ha! Real man wouldn't stand for a taunt like this. Neither would a real woman. I love Mia's grin. Of course I can. Here's the evidence that proves the surface of the bridge was muddy. The scarf, moron. The evidence is this scarf. Ah, it should be obvious. If the scarf fell onto the bridge and got this muddy, it means the bridge was obviously covered in mud. No, I can't be outwitted by this novice bimbo. Bimbo? Whoa, Edgeworth. I don't think you can say that. Hey, same to you, buddy. Yeah, I also think that Edgeworth is a bimbo. I think she's on to something. Miss Fey's assertion makes perfect sense to me. I do admit that there appears to be a contradiction between the condition of the victim's coat and her scarf. However, the real question is, why is there a contradiction? Huh? For every contradiction, there exists an explanation. Let's look at what the explanation in this case may be, shall we? Alright, it's not like he's really giving me a choice here. Ha! You're doing pretty well for a little kitten. Mr. Armando, no matter what he says, a contradiction always comes down to a lie. It's either the victim discovered in the trunk, The witness's photo showing the defendant and the victim? Or the witness's testimony that stated she saw the moment of the murder? Just relax and think it over. It's pretty simple, isn't it? The false evidence, it's one of those three. One of those three. I think that her being in the trunk being the lie makes the most sense. But if we say that it's the witness's testimony, then we get to examine Dahlia, right? What you said just now, I'm not sure I like that. That wasn't me, Your Honor. It was the coffee aficionado over here that said it. This court is not in the habit of accepting false evidence, you know. Blame it on him, Your Honor. He's the one trying to slip false evidence into court. But we won't let him. We'll expose his evidence as the flimsy scam it really is. Yes, the false evidence in the case is I mean, how would you fake the body being in the trunk? Like, what would they have done? They would have, like, changed her out of the muddy clothes and put her in dry ones? Why? To what end? I just want to be able to cross-examine Dahlia. It's a no-brainer. Obviously, it's the witness that's suspicious. During his earlier testimony, the detective pointed out a crucial fact. Oh, no, wait, no. I didn't want to say that Gumshoe was sus. I wanted to say that Dahlia was. The criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Now, is that testimony exactly what the witness claims to have seen? Yeah, that's what the witness told us. That testimony is filled with holes. After all, the victim's coat isn't dirty at all. That's true. Ha! It's not just true, it's the truth. If there was a truly decisive witness in this case, I'm certain that boy wonder over there would have called them in the first place. Your Honor, the defense requests to cross-examine the witness, the eyewitness. The testimony presented so far is not only vague, but contradictory as well. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, it appears that we'll need to hear from your mystery witness after all. You should brace yourself for the brutal truth. Your Honor, the prosecution has no intention of hiding the witness from the court. We're prepared to present our witness at any time. Very well. Please bring forth your witness at this time. What Mr. Edgeworth said kind of worries me. What does he mean by the brutal truth? You'll get him, best girl, don't worry. It's obvious that wasn't Valerie Hawthorne in the trunk. It was El Tigre. So true. It was the phony Phoenix faking out another murder. Now let's proceed with the testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, please go right ahead. Thank you, Your Honor. The prosecution summons the woman who saw the events that day with her very own eyes. This is it, Mia. The battle begins here. Witness, what is your name and occupation? Well. Who could have predicted an outcome like this? Who let the butterflies in here? Everyone's so silent, I can hear their hearts going pitter-patter. When I look at you, how can I put it? I don't understand how these dudes are like, oh my goodness, she's so precious and beautiful and all, and it's like hard to disbelieve her, and they don't like fall head over heels for Mia. Mia is way more attractive than Dahlia. I don't even think Dahlia is like that pretty. Mainly her hairstyle. Look at how stupid her hair looks. You look as scrumptious as a double-double in a dozen donut holes? Shut up! Feel like I want to hurry up and hand down a verdict just to have a bite. Hey, not so fast. As I said before, this witness is very sensitive and delicate. I'm gonna punch her. I would ask the court to please exercise care when addressing her. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. You're a true gentleman. Miss Fey, you could learn a lot from this man. If he's such a gentleman, he sure doesn't act like one to me. Sir? Yes, my dear. This is my first time, so I'm sure I'll make a lot of mistakes. Anyway, I just wanted to say I'm sorry for all the trouble I might cause. Not at all. It's no trouble at all. Now then, may we please have your name and occupation? My name is, Melissa Foster. Okay, liar. This isn't even a spoiler that I know your name is Dahlia, because we at 3-1 already told us your name. I'm a college student, a freshman in the literature department. You're not fact-checking? You're not checking her for ID? You were on the scene when the unfortunate event occurred, correct? And you were the one who took this photo, is that accurate? No! How can you be so mean? Now see here, what are you doing shoving that in her face like that? Huh? But it's just a photograph. It's not like it's something dangerous. Every time it does make me laugh, though. Next time I'll be forced to penalize you. Shut up! I don't like the turn this is taken. Is she staring at me? And you would be? Huh? I'm the defense attorney. My name is Mia Fey. I see. So you are. Okay, that's sus. Now then, young lady, could you please give us your testimony? Yes, Your Honor, I'll do my best. Alright. I was using my camera to take some pictures of wildflowers. Then I noticed there were two people standing up on the suspension bridge. Suddenly, they just started fighting. That's when I hurried and took the photo that shows the crucial moment. And right after that, I called the police. By the way, where were you standing when the incident occurred? I believe the map would be of help here. I was standing right over here. I was standing in a beautiful field surrounded by tall cliffs. Melissa. So you took the photo from that location, eh? I brought the camera I was using at the time, just like Mr. Edgeworth asked me to. Aha, what a cute camera, just like its owner. Alright, bro. How old are you compared to this chick? Hold up a second. I just want to out this guy real quick. It doesn't tell me how old the judge is. She's 19. You're definitely at least like 40 plus. So, you know, die, basically. All right, then, Miss Fey, time for your cross-examination. But I warn you, make the witness cry again, and you'll feel the wrath of my gavel. Shut up! All right. Hit me with a save, first of all, in case this actually does penalize me for pushing. Hold it! Did you say wildflowers? Yes, the mountain is famous for its beautiful spring wildflowers. But it's only February. Well, I couldn't wait for spring to come. I know just how you feel. It's just like when I first started growing this glorious beard of mine. I just couldn't wait, so I wore a dyed blonde Santa beard until mine grew in properly. Bro, that is so sad and pathetic. Would you mind if we got back to the facts of the case, Your Honor? Notice there were two people on the suspension bridge. Hold it. Was there anything strange about the two of them? I'm a bad girl, I know I am. It looked like they were having a really serious conversation up there, so I decided to watch them like some kind of peeping Tom. No, not at all. Everyone is like that. I love watching other people fight too. In fact, I can't get enough of it. Actually, that's why I took this job in the first place. Too much info, Your Honor. In any case, it's perfectly natural for you to have kept watching them, especially dressed as they were. Well, anyway, I was watching them very closely. Suddenly, they started kung fu fighting. Were they fast as lightning? Do you have any idea what they were fighting about? No, I have no idea. Why do you ask? I just thought that maybe you overheard what they said. I would never eavesdrop. I got more class than that. That's right, Miss Fey, don't drag the witness down to your level. Grr. That's when I hurried and took the photo that shows the crucial moment. Why'd you take a photo? Well, the two of them were really going at it. Ever since I was a little girl, I always wanted to be a news reporter. Guess that part of me kind of just took over. Smells like a lie to me. Yes, I understand completely. Even now, I can't completely abandon my boyhood dreams. Still use my grandson to test my comedy routines on. So you wanted to be a comedian, huh? Not that it has any bearing on this. All I could do was use my camera, so I took the photo of the crucial moment and gave it to the police. And right after that, I called the police. All right, hold it. You called the police. Yes, because it looked to me like the murderer was going to try to escape. We were already moving before the call even came in. Thanks to the victim's note, we had already started our operation. That was certainly tough luck for the criminal, eh? If Terry Falls isn't the criminal, then there must be something strange in that girl's testimony. Be careful, kitten. That girl has the judge wrapped right around her little finger. You're gonna have a tough time poking holes in that testimony of hers. You're gonna have to come up with something really good, Mia. What do I have in evidence? Melissa Foster took the witness's photo with this, a small but powerful model. The witness's photo. You look really close to the bridge in this picture. Does this match up with where you said you were? It probably does. Talk to Dahlia, tell her this time the whole truth must come out, yada yada. Okay. Takes some pictures of wildflowers, knows there were 2 people on the bridge. They started fighting. That's when I hurried and took the photo that shows the crucial moment. Right after that, I called the police. Using the criminal, there must be something strange in the testimony. Judge wrapped around the finger. College student witnessed and photographed the incident on Dusky Bridge. Still new to his position. Hold it! Did you say wildflowers? Yada yada. Spring wildflowers, but it's only February, etc. So we have first yada yada yada. Noticed there were 2 people on the bridge. Anything strange about them? I'm a bad girl. They were really serious. I was watching like a peeping Tom. Everyone's like that. Don't think there's anything here. Suddenly they started kung fu fighting. It was a little bit frightening, I gotta be honest. Overheard what they said. I would never eavesdrop. I got more class than that. Don't drag the witness to your level. Why did you take a photo? Well, the 2 of them were really going at it. Yada yada. Smells like, okay, smells like a lie to me. So I think it wants me to push on that one. That's the only one. Let me double check this last one. That's the only one where Mia is like, there's something fishy here. Victim's note. Terry Falls isn't the criminal. Must be something going on here. Yada yada. That's when I hurried and took the photo that shows the crucial moment. It's gotta be something going on here. I wish I could more accurately see this map. She looks like she's really far away from the suspension bridge. Also, what is, like, the raised outcropping there? Was she above that outcropping, underneath it? Like, is her field of view blocked by, like, the 5 yards of rock that they're talking there? I don't think the crime photo does anything here. You were, like, right up on them in this picture. You are so close. You should be able to hear them. Because, yeah, look, on the left side, you're, like, right next to the rock. I can't really tell. This map is not a good one. I don't know if I should present the Dusky Bridge map or if I should present the witness photo. But I think it's gotta be, this has gotta be the one that I'm supposed to present on because it's the one that Mia says is a lie. Like, the scarf doesn't do anything here, I don't think. I don't think the camera would. The autopsy report doesn't. What if I showed my attorney's badge? The victim's note doesn't, so it's gotta be like, we're lucky that there's so little evidence here that I can kind of like process of elimination it. It's gotta be the bridge map or the witness's photo. Because I think she's just lying about how close to the bridge she is. Hey, we'll just start with this one and then do the other one if I'm wrong. The music stopped. I got the 50-50. Let's go. Witness, when you said you took a photo of the crucial moment, is this what you meant? All I can see in this photo are 2 people facing each other. You testified that you saw the 2 of them starting to fight. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Normally, that's the kind of thing we would refer to as a crucial moment. Why haven't you presented a photo like that? Well, you see, the photo we presented was the only one there was. But if you really wanted to capture the crucial moment, then what happened next? You must have taken a photo of it. Well, he's from The Simpsons, I guess. My apologies, young lady, but Miss Fey's assertion is not without a certain amount of merit. He can certainly downplay a situation, can he? I'm sorry, I'm a very bad girl. I used it all up, the film, I mean. You ran out of film? This photo was the last one. What? Unfortunately, that is the truth. I personally examined all the photographs she took that day. All the other photos are of the witness herself playing among the wildflowers. The witness herself? Then who took the photos? Well, you see, my camera has a timer feature built into it. So you took photos of yourself. I remember taking some photos of myself once, too. Please, no details. Seems that Miss Fey's assertion was not so decisive after all. Wait just a minute. Well, if she had no film left, she couldn't very well take more pictures, eh? Miss Foster, perhaps then you could tell us about a different sort of photo. Photos of the incident that you took with your very own eyes. Mr. Edgeworth, you're quite the poet. Very well then, let's get back to the cross-examination. Let's hear your thoughts on the fight that you witnessed. Yes, Mr. Judge. Boy, this guy is really a sucker for sweet talk. Ha! Looks like the other kitten in the room is the one that's getting all the attention. Yeah, it's sickening. I was using my camera to take some pictures of wild... Oh wait, is this the same testimony? Oh wait, no, this is different. This is different. There were two people standing up on the suspension bridge. Suddenly started finding that's the same. Victim turned around and tried to run away, but she only got about 10 yards before she was stabbed in the back. I don't think that makes sense, actually. Because isn't she on the wrong side of the bridge to run? Based on where this picture is taken from, Terry is the one who's near the car. If Valerie turned and tried to run away, she would fall through the broken bridge. That doesn't, like, add up. She only got about 10 yards before she was stabbed in the back. I don't think there's even 10 yards worth of running she can do. Hold it! Also, how did you denote 10 yards? Like, how could you even tell? The victim, why do you think she tried to run away? With her police training, she certainly knew better than to turn her back on a criminal. This was a large, powerful man with a knife. If it had been a quaggy woman like you... Chat, what does the word quaggy mean in this context? I'm sure she would have acted differently. Also, Edgeworth does not respect women. People think that Edgeworth is the best character in the game when he disrespects women? Excuse me? How could you like Edgeworth over Gumshoe? Let's be honest. Quaggy just means weak? Ah, I see. Quaggy, why you? If it had been me, I probably would have jumped into the river. Still something wrong with this testimony. She only got about 10 yards before she was stabbed in the back. So you're saying Sergeant I pressed X twice. Sergeant Hawthorne did something? Well, it's a narrow bridge and it was swaying back and forth. If you ask me, both of them were in danger of falling off. I only wish I could have done something to help her. That seems to make sense. I wonder about that. Something seems kind of off. Ha! Does it now? You have a good sixth sense. When you feel that something's off, that's when you need to figure out why. If Terry Falls isn't the criminal, there must be something strange in that girl's testimony. Be careful, kitten. Wrapped around her finger. This is the same dialogue. I'm gonna save. She only got about 10 yards before she was stabbed in the back. I don't think that she could have run 10 yards here, to be honest. I also don't, like, turning and running away, she wouldn't have been able to get anywhere. I think I'm at a 50-50 again. I'm gonna go with this one first, and then the other one if I'm wrong. Dude, I am so good at coin flips, chat. I am so good at coin flips. 100% of the time, I win them 50% of the time. Witness, your testimony is a joke. Huh? What? But I just... Miss Fey, I thought I warned you not to make the witness cry. I'm gonna make you all cry by the end of this. Dude, this image of Mia right here is so good. I love the smirk. It's so good. One short testimony and 2 bad contradictions. There's no possible excuse. You say there were 2 contradictions? It's simple. Take a look at the diagram of the area. I love someone in chat saying Edgeworth is a baby in this one. He doesn't know how to respect women yet. It's simple. Just take a look at the diagram of the area. According to her testimony, the 2 of them were in the middle of the bridge. I don't remember her saying they were in the middle of the bridge, but whatever. But if they were and the victim had turned around and tried to run, well then, she would have hit a dead end. You said 10 yards, but she couldn't have run even 5. Because Dusky Bridge is collapsed on that side. Whoa! What does all this mean? It's very simple, Your Honor. This charming little witness told a charming little lie. That's all there is to it. This beautiful young lady has been lying to the court? Someone committing perjury? In this franchise? There's no way.
Objection!
Just a moment, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth. Your Honor, allow me to personally apologize for the confusion. What do you mean? There's one major mistake in this diagram. What did you say? You see, I've updated the diagram report. What are you referring to? It's all because this diagram was made after the incident occurred. It's a very old bridge. We couldn't find any official blueprints of it. So you're saying? I'm saying that even though this bridge is currently in disrepair, there's no evidence that can prove that the bridge was broken during the incident. That's ridiculous! You can't actually tell the condition of the bridge from this photo. I apologize to the court for not being more clear when I presented the evidence. Ha! That guy's good. Huh? What do you mean? He planned it from the beginning. He's a genius, all right. That diagram of the bridge was his insurance policy. What? That coward? Well, Miss Fey, it seems you've once again made a reckless accusation. I'm so sorry. I should have been more careful myself. No. It wasn't your fault at all. Now then, shall we go on with the trial? I'd like to establish once and for all what it was that the witness actually saw. Indeed. All right, young lady, may I ask you to please proceed with your testimony? But it's so hard to go on. We're all on your side, Miss Foster. Wrong. Lying. There's no need to worry. Just tell us what you saw. Yes, sir. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms. Then he carried her over to the car. I suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. He couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm only supposed to talk about what I saw. Witnessing such violence must have been difficult. Yes, sir, I'm still shaken up. Shut up. If he accepts this testimony as it is, we're finished. Don't say that. Oh, well, maybe I'll stop off at my favorite cafe on the way home. They make a really great mocha latte. This trial isn't over yet. Ha! That's what I like to hear. All right, Miss Fey, your cross-examination, if you please. The contradiction is staring you right in the face, Mia. Go on the attack. I don't know what the contradiction is based off of just that. So hopefully it makes it more clear. Hold it! Are you saying that the victim didn't fall down on the bridge? Actually, maybe I pressed X too fast. Of course she didn't fall down on the bridge. If she'd fallen down, this photo wouldn't make any sense. If that was the case, her coat would have been all muddy. If you don't mind, I was asking the witness. No need to be so rude. Well, young lady, of course she didn't fall down. The man in the prison uniform grabbed her before she could. Ha! We're one step too slow. And then what did the defendant do after that? Then he carried her over to the car. You personally witnessed that? Yes. Did anything strange happen when he did that? Well, I don't know if you'd call it strange or not, but that's when the victim's scarf fell off. Ah, you mean this scarf? Her words match what we found at the scene. I don't see any problem. Suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. You mean the defendant carried the body all by himself? Yes. Considering the size of the defendant, I don't think it would be difficult. Yes, but let's remember they were on a narrow bridge that was ready to collapse. Is it even possible for him to have carried a dead body on a bridge like that? Well, the fact of the matter is that he did. That kind of talk is just silly. Wow, why'd he get so emotional all of a sudden? Miss Fey, if you think there's some other possibility, please share it with the rest of us. Is that where I'm supposed to go for a contradiction? Couldn't just leave the body on the bridge. Why do you say that? It's already a broken down bridge hidden away in the mountains. Doing anything more to hide the corpse would be going overboard, wouldn't it? I have a better question. Why didn't he just, like, toss her into the river? Why would he put her in a car? Yes, but that mountain is famous among hikers. A surprising number of people go up there. But it's February, right? And it was raining that day, correct? There's also a small temple and a channeling dojo there. Excuse me? Is this bridge near the Karain channeling school? You know those monks, they just love cold, isolated places. I think the witness is trying to say that the corpse could have been found at any time. Besides, the witness is merely reporting what she witnessed with her own eyes. Didn't they say earlier that, like, the rapids of the river are impossible or whatever? Why would he not have just thrown her into the river? Hold it! And you're absolutely certain that it was my client who was carrying the body? Well, he was wearing a prisoner's uniform, but as for his face, you're saying you didn't get a clear look at his face? Well, they were far away and it was raining as well. I thought I was only supposed to say exactly what I saw. Excellent, you're a remarkably honest young woman. Something about this testimony is bothering me, but what? Hey, kitten, you ever put salt in your coffee? No, why would I? Why not? Huh? May actually go better with coffee than sugar, right? Listen, my point is if you're not sure, you might as well add a ton of salt to it. It might bring out the rust in something, like a piece of evidence. He's right, Mia. Go present something, you got nothing to lose. By the way, I wouldn't put salt in my coffee, the two don't go well at all. Okay, Godot. I don't like this sentence. That was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. Is this the one that Mia said sounded weird? Carry it all by himself. Yes, yada yada. Size of the defendant, I don't think it'd be difficult. Let's remember there was a really narrow bridge. Even possible to carry him like that. Well, the fact of the matter is that he did. The kind of talk is just silly. Why do you get so emotional? Yeah, that's the one that Edgeworth freaks out on. You couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. This is the one that Mia said was weird? Why do you say that? It's already a broken down bridge in the mountains. Doing a more to hide, of course, would be going overboard. The mountain is among hikers. Yada yada. It's February. Channeling dojo. Yada yada. Okay, I think it's one of these two sentences. He couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. Suppose the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. That doesn't make any sense, because the best way to make sure that that body stayed hidden was to throw it into the Eagle River, which they said was, like, super, like, fast. Didn't they say that they literally had not been able to find the other body that he supposedly killed in the Eagle River? I think I got your number. I am so smart. I gotta make up for screwing up the not noticing the rain picture thing earlier. A killer not wanting his victim to be found, I can understand that. However, the idea of moving the body for that purpose is clearly odd. There was a much easier way to make sure the body wasn't found. Well, what is it? Take another look at the map of the area and you'll see how. How many times am I gonna have to present this map? This is like the third time, isn't it? There's a river right below the bridge. Earlier, Mr. Edgeworth pointed out something interesting about the river. For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that fall in are never recovered. Yeah, I actually remembered him saying that. In the kidnapping case 5 years ago, the victim's body was carried away and never found. If 10 murders were to occur at that same spot above the Eagle River, you can bet your boots that every other killer would have tossed the body in the water. Order! Order! I need my Tim Hortons! Where's my cup of joe? I'm not sure if I care for the way you put that, Miss Fey, but I must admit it does seem odd to have not thrown the body into the river. Oh, well, Mr. Edgeworth. Ah, how sad. Perhaps Miss Fey would do well to try taking a dip in the river herself. After all, you claim to be such an expert in the ways of nature. What are you talking about? My point is that no matter how odd you may find the killer's method of body disposal, the fact is that this is what the killer did. None of your arguments have anything to do with what the witness saw. Quite true. Miss Fey, it seems that your assertion is without merit after all. But what the witness claims to have seen is totally ridiculous. Surely you can't deny that the body was found in the trunk of the car. That's certainly consistent with what the witness has told us. Please, witness, go on with your testimony. I'll try. All you have to do is tell us only what you saw. Otherwise, the mean lady might yell at you again. The mean lady. Who is he talking about? All right, I'll do my best. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms, then he carried her to the car. The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body there. Broke into it? He couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. I'm sorry, I'm only supposed to talk about what I saw. Okay, wait, this is different than this is all repeat, right? Other than that? This is the only new thing that you've said? What's up with this? What did the man do then? Well, naturally, he got in the car and was about to flee. That's when I came to my senses. I said to myself, you have to call the police. And so that's when you called the police. You're sure that you saw all that with your own eyes? Yes, I'm 100% certain. Is that the only thing different? What can I present against this? Warned by the victim at the time of the incident, found on Dusky Bridge. He definitely did break into it because I didn't notice it first, but look at the top where the trunks... whatchamacallit is. He busted that. That looks very broken. Talk to Dahlia, tell her this time the whole truth must come out. I mean, I know you're lying, but I don't know how to prove it. You saying the victim didn't fall down on the bridge as repeat dialogue, yada yada. Bum, bum, bum. Wait, this is also the same. Personally witnessed, yes. Anything strange happened? Don't know if you call it strange. The victim's scarf fell. You mean this scarf, yada yada. Hold it! Why do you say that? It's already a broken down bridge hidden away in the mountains. Corpse, hikers, yada yada. It's February and raining. There's a small temple in a channeling dojo. You know, those monks. What is merely reporting what you witnessed with their own eyes, yada yada. You're absolutely certain that it was Terry Falls. He was wearing a prisoner's uniform. You didn't get a clear look at his face. They were far away and it was raining. I can only say exactly what I saw. Remarkably honest. Ever put salt in coffee? Why would I? May actually go better than sugar. Point is, you might as well try. Don't present something, you got nothing to lose. By the way, I wouldn't put salt in my coffee. The two don't go well at all. It has to be this one because this is the only one that's new, but I don't know what they want me to present here. Killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. Bum, bum, bum. I mean, that matches that she broke in. There's nothing we can do with that, I'm pretty sure. I don't think there's anything... Ooh, sorry, I had a yawn come on suddenly. I don't think there's anything I can present on any of these. Maybe there is something wrong with the car that I'm not noticing? I had to throw something at the wall eventually. Music didn't stop. I'm a fool! Your Honor, what do you think of the witness's statement? I don't think anything of it. How about you? Guess I don't think anything of it either. We don't have a problem, but we do have a penalty. Shut up. Shut up. Is it that you, like, couldn't see the car from where you were or something? Ah, there we go. Well, Miss Foster, it looks like you've done it this time. Done what? Made a crucial mistake. A crucial mistake? Like what, Miss Fey? The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there? You're saying you saw that, right? With your very own eye? Ah, she couldn't see the car from where she was. I think I mentioned that earlier as a possibility. Yes, and? It's simple, Miss Foster. Take a look at the diagram. The place you claim to have taken the photo from that day is here. Do you see what I mean? Even if you tried to see the car? This outcropping of rock is directly in the way. Oh, okay, so that's how we were able to tell. Okay, I understand now. I understand now. I thought that outcropping of rock, I thought that it was, like, elevated. That she could, like, go underneath it and, like, see stuff. But it's actually, like, a solid wall of rock that she can't see past. And that's how we also were supposed to know earlier when she said, like, the victim was in the middle of the bridge. There's no way that she could have run at all. And I said earlier, I was like, I didn't know, when did they say that she was in the middle of the bridge? I don't remember that. It's because that's the only line of sight Dahlia has. Okay. Okay. I wish that this image had made that a little more clear, like a little more obvious. But it's fine. It's not a big deal. This outcropping of rock is directly in the way. Ah! That's right, Miss Foster. From where you were standing, you could not have possibly seen the killer's car. Ah! I admit that the diagram shows a large outcropping of rock. However, it isn't so tall that it would stop her from seeing the car. That's right, it's not high at all. I was able to see his car just fine. I'm so sorry, but that just doesn't wash. I believe it was the witness who presented this as evidence to the court, yes? This is the location the photo was taken from. Your own photo tells the whole story. You can clearly see the left side of the bridge, but the outcropping that is being referred to is really more like a cliff. Ah! Your view should have been completely cut off by this cliff, but still you claim to have been able to see the killer's car. Get wrecked, idiot. No! Order! Order in the court! What is the meaning of all this ballyhoo? Okay, we get it, you're Canadian. Your Honor, don't jump to any hasty conclusions. The fact that the escapee fled in a stolen car was reported on the news. After witnessing a murder, I'm sure you can appreciate that the witness was very upset. She must have heard about the stolen car and convinced herself that she saw it. Well, that means she's a liar. But she was repeatedly warned before starting her testimony. She was told to testify only about what she saw with her own eyes. Mr. Judge, what is it? I think I must have remembered things wrong. Hey, wait a minute. You can't just say that. Miss Fey, no one on the face of the planet is perfect. Well, except Gumshoe. Yes, indeed, quite true. You know what they say. To err is human, to forgive, divine. I'm inclined to give the benefit of the doubt to our witness here. What? That's not fair. Ha! Save the tears for later, kitten. Mr. Armando. Don't look back until... It's on my throat. Don't look back until the trial is over. Now's the time to go forward. But that wasn't fair. Okay, kitten, you need to relax. Then you need to remember. The other kitten's testimony. Killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. So tell me, how'd she know that? How'd she know that he broke into the trunk? Aha! Well, Miss Foster, until you can explain how you knew that, you're gonna have a lot of very suspicious people on this side of the courtroom. Well, witness? Well, I'm certain that he broke into the trunk because there were marks left on the trunk lid. I'm certain they were scratch marks from when he broke into it. What? Let me see that photo. It's true, these certainly look like scratch marks around the keyhole. Did she see this photo? How did she know that? It's obvious this trunk has been broken open. Well, Miss Fey, are you satisfied? The judge is on her side. I can't make any mistakes here. What she just said, is there a contradiction somewhere? So I'm gonna save, obviously. I don't buy it, though, because how did she shouldn't have known that. Melissa Foster, looks like you finally betrayed yourself. What? You said you were in a field taking photos of wildflowers. But even so, you knew about the scratches. The question is when? When did you get a chance to see those scratches? Finally, I finally got her. Ha! I'm getting pretty tired of waiting over here. Perhaps it would be faster if Miss Fey explained herself. Your Honor, there's only one possible explanation. The reason the witness had seen the scratches was... I think she's the one who did it. I mean, I know Dahlia is evil, so she must be the one who did it. There's only one way that the witness had the chance to see those scratches. Yes, what is it? Naturally, when she opened the trunk and stuffed the corpse in herself. The person who really hid the body in the trunk of that car was Melissa Foster. It was you that did it, wasn't it? Dahlia Hawthorne, actually. That's ridiculous, I could never. It was the man in the prison garb, he's the one that... I don't think so, Miss Foster. If Mr. Falls had been the one to put the corpse in the trunk, he would have simply used the car key. There was no need to break it open. But he stole the car. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light, which means that the key would have still been in the ignition. Ah, I see. Thank you for telling us about the scratches, Miss Foster. Without that, we never would have uncovered the truth. Then it couldn't have been Mr. Falls that put the body in the trunk. No! Preposterous! To even suggest that the witness put the body in there. If that were true, then how do you explain the photo that she took? The corpse could only have been put in the trunk when the incident occurred. And we already know that at the time she was taking photographs. That camera has a timer on it. Now's your chance, Mia. Finish this thing. On the contrary, I'm not so certain about that anymore, Mr. Edgeworth. There's no need to think too deeply about it. What I'm saying is the shutter for this may not have been pushed by Miss Foster herself. Yeah, it has a timer function, you idiot. Let's take another look at this camera and see what features it has, shall we? It has a timer built into it, even a mini tripod. Why, it's almost as if she had brought this camera just to take this picture. Objection! What are you trying to say then, Miss Fey? That when the crime occurred, Miss Foster wasn't in the field as she claimed? Well, if she really did use the camera's auto timer, then the answer is yes, she was somewhere else. Exactly, she was not in the field. Would the defense please explain further? Listen, this is a crucial point. Where was Miss Foster when the incident occurred? In answering that question, we'll also make clear Miss Foster's true identity. Well then, please answer this question. Where was Melissa Foster when the incident on the bridge occurred? Dahlia is the villain, so she had to have been here, and she's the one who stabbed her. Right? Like, the other option is she was over waiting at the car, but that would mean that Terry killed Valerie, because he would have been the one to kill her, and then he brought her over, and then Dahlia put her in the car. And I don't buy that. I think that Dahlia murdered her, so Dahlia had to be on the bridge with them. Naturally, the witness was right here. But that's where the victim, Miss Hawthorne, was standing. Oh wait, but then how did the picture happen? Order, Miss Fey, what on earth? Your Honor, if I may. After parting with the victim on the bridge, the defendant fled by car. But this would mean that there was no time to put the victim in the trunk. In other words, if someone put the body in the trunk, it could only have been before the defendant met the victim. Oh! Did Dahlia kill Valerie? But yeah, this is an awful picture of Valerie, and she's wearing a hat. Did Dahlia kill Valerie ahead of time? Pretend to be Valerie? To trick Terry here and have the picture taken of herself? Is that what's happening here? How asinine! I love that word. Of course Mr. Falls met with the victim. The only person with the opportunity to have put the victim in the trunk is the same man that killed her, Terry Falls. You still don't understand, do you, Mr. Edgeworth? By the time the witness's photo was taken, the victim was already dead. The person in the photo was not Valerie Hawthorne. What? I've never heard anything more ridiculous in my entire life. Then who exactly is the victim in this photo? It's obvious, isn't it? It's your own witness. What? It's the only possible explanation. The woman... Dude, if you look at the scarf, actually, I was just thinking, like, isn't Dahlia's hair longer than Valerie's? But the way the scarf is set and all, it could actually hide how long her hair is. The woman that Mr. Falls met on the bridge that day was not Valerie Hawthorne. It was you, Melissa Foster. Me? Let's remember that it was raining and foggy on the mountain that day. Mr. Falls himself believed that the woman in front of him was Valerie Hawthorne. But the defendant knew Valerie Hawthorne very well. After all, she was the woman whose testimony helped get him convicted. That's a lie. He asked her to put on a scarf. But since then, my client has spent 5 hard years in a federal penitentiary. He couldn't remember exactly what she looked like anymore. You're just making this up as you go along. Where's your proof, you dumb idiot? This is the easiest hit of all time. I've got it all right here. This piece of evidence will blow the case wide open. At the time of the incident, Mr. Falls had forgotten what Valerie Hawthorne looked like, which is why he asked her to wear a scarf. Mr. Falls had forgotten the victim's face. That's why he needed some piece of identification, namely this muddy scarf. It was Mr. Falls who requested that she wear this scarf to identify herself. That's already been proven by the note the victim left. In other words, as long as you were wearing a scarf like he asked, anyone could have pretended to be Valerie Hawthorne. Well, what do you have to say to that, Melissa Foster? Nah. No. She died? She's dead? Where's Miss Foster? She's collecting herself in the lobby. It's obvious that Melissa Foster did it. She hid the body in the trunk and disguised herself as the victim. She set up the camera to snap a fake photo of them together. The only question is, why'd she do it? I actually don't know why she did it. Well, isn't that obvious? She's the real culprit. Ha! Well, we'll have to wait for Miss Foster to compose herself before we start again. Until then, this court is in recess. Oh, it has to have something to do with the diamond or whatever. So again, because of the anime villainous thing that we're doing, I know that Dahlia, like, wants a diamond for some reason. So that's got to come into play at some point. Maybe that's, like, the motive somehow, some way. The defense and the prosecution are both to wait in their respective lobbies. Yes, Your Honor. Understood. Very well, this court is in recess. To be continued? To be continued.